mean, listen, I hear you, but I don't. There's plenty of women that I know that have had babies in their 40s, that have gotten married in their 40s. It can happen. So
are you talking black women?
Yes, I'm talking
Yeah,
black
one
women.
in four black women were married. 1 in 4 black women were married in their lifetime. So you telling me about the aged black women who marry after 40 and have babies? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. That is, unfortunately, and here's the thing. If you're waiting till your 40s to marry and have babies, you did something wrong in your 20s and 30s.
Kendra G, everyone's favorite dating show podcast host, was just on the Earn Your Leisure podcast, where the topic of dating came up specifically to unrealistic expectations. Within this, she sounds way more Kevin Samuels-y than I've ever heard her before, so I thought it'd be interesting to review. Let's watch.
Now, this question on unrealistic expectations.
Okay, let's get that out.
Let's talk about that.
So a lot of the women, I'm going to start off with the women, but I'm going to go to the men too, because a lot of the conversation is focused on women with unrealistic expectations.
Yep.
So I got to tell you this, my show changed me. I'm not the same person that I was 5 years ago. I've talked to at least 15,000 single people now. So now I learned a thing or two. Most women.
Hold on, before she gets into this. So it only took her to mid 40s and talking to 15,000 of them, of women, to recognize that what she was made to believe wasn't true. It was a farce. It was a fairy tale, a Disney fairy tale. Imagine all of the young, too old, modern women that will not realize the things that she's about to say until they're in a nursing home with a platoon, a colony of cats. Is incredible. Pay attention.
Want a man of you guys' caliber. You know, you guys, I'm going to give you your kudos. You're successful men. You're attractive men, well-spoken men, black men, you know, do
rich
what
men.
You do for the community. They all want you. Now, it doesn't matter if she's rich or poor, fine or not that attractive. They all want you. Now, we know the truth of the matter is you guys represent, really when it comes down to it, not the larger portion of the masses. You guys literally might be
1%.
10%, might even be less than that. You might be like the 5%ers, the 1%ers, but it doesn't matter because 100% of the women all want you.
Correct.
So what happens is, what I've learned is social media has given people insights to other people's lives. So every girl wants a man that makes bare minimum 100K, has to be attractive, faithful, prefers no kids. If she has kids, love her kids like they are your kids. Treat her kids like you created her kids.
My friend Kevin in the grave right now. Ooh, Harlem shaking. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, the way that she's saying this, the words that she's saying is actually more harsh than what Kevin is saying, but it's enwrapped in a feminine sounding voice, so it sounds better. But this is exactly what Kevin was saying. Exactly. Based off of the wants of most women. And he proved it time and time again when they would call in and then he would ask specific questions in regards to income, in regards to after you have a child, what do you see for yourself? Do you want to be able to work after that? Right? And because of that, it affords a certain type of a man that can provide, can have security throughout the economy with its current inflation and expectations for nice things. Let's go.
Show up for her when she needs you to show up for her. Go to church for her every day. Don't ever speak to another woman. Always be available, but work so much that you can fulfill my lifestyle. It's crazy. I'm saving listen, my next division is the AI guy. I'm going to make the 6'6" AI human-like man because it's literally the only man that represents this. And I think that what I've come to learn is women get really offended because they use settling. I hate the word settling because if you say, oh, you're saying I'm not good enough for a man that makes 100K. It's like, and their argument will be, well, I make that or more. So it only makes sense for me to require a man that makes what I want or more. Yeah. Logically speaking, I get that. I don't have a disagreement there.
It's not logically speaking.
But the part that they're missing, which matters the most, is
of the men that you want, what matters to them? Men that make high income don't care how much money that you make. We're looking for other things.
That man doesn't date the same. A lot of times the wealthy man or the man that has the money, he doesn't want a broke girl, but he has enough. He goes into it knowing he's paying for everything, right? So even though you have a certain lifestyle, this man in his mind, I still got to pay for everything. So your money doesn't matter that much as you think it does. Sometimes a man, and y'all can speak to this because you guys are men. I don't want to talk for men. And these are, you represent these men and you have these friends. Before I even answer, you guys tell me the answer. Do men that make a lot of money, do they care about the woman's money?
No. It's a yes and no question. No, nobody is looking at, okay, but it is beneficial if somebody got something going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's what that really means. Does the dollar amount matter? No, but you at least want them capable. You want them to have a propensity to run something if necessary, if you get hurt, if you have to just spend time away, right? She should be competent enough that she can be inserted in whatever business that you have created, if you're an entrepreneur, or at least somebody that you can talk to in regards to what you do from full-time. They don't have to be experts in it, but at least competent enough within themselves that they can have intelligent conversations with you. But if a man is within the top percent and making over $1 million a year like these brothers are, they don't give a shit if she's making $50,000 to $100,000. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so that kind of goes to the, you don't want a broke girl, but now you said no. Why'd you say no, Ian?
Because if I know with my acumen and investing in business, if I care about her enough, I can get her whatever back she needs off my acumen.
Okay, so that means you could, so for you, so what's most important to you? I'm not even sure. Are you in a relationship? If so, I'll back off. Okay, you are.
But you can ask your question.
Okay. So you have.
Let me ask Ian a question, because last week you said if something is draining you financially, you should
let it go. You gotta let it go.
Yeah,
but you just said you could finance somebody's life.
I didn't say finance. I said with my acumen, I can give them the tools to be able to go get their own bag.
So
you teach them how to trade.
Yeah, and for sure.
Because then she's an asset. She's not just a liability feasting off of whatever work that you do and money that you put within your bank account or your bank account, right? She's an asset if she can do something with it that you teach her.
I got it. Thank you for clarifying.
This is great journalistic integrity, but for real, even in this situation now, knows how to trade futures, knows how to invest, does real estate. Cool. So it's a lighter load, and there are certain conversations I can have, which I think is really dope about these conversations, and then go over to talk about the hang side or the German DAX. Like, I think that's a dope vibe. Have I taken a stray cat off the street and tried to clean her up before? Sure. Not my bag anymore, though.
So you want to do that anymore. So she got to have something. Okay.
Yeah.
She has to have a passion, for sure.
So I know I'm here to be interviewed, and look, I always be turning into the interviewer, and I'm going to answer the questions, but I don't want to miss this moment because you guys are like I said, you are the men that most women describe. So it'd be best just to hear from y'all. So Ian, what matters most to you when it comes to seeking a woman partnership?
Peace and love.
Okay. Peace. Why am I say peace? You know you will get peace if you don't cause chaos. If you don't cause chaos, a woman won't make the house.
Part of that is true.
That's not true.
That is not true.
Some people are toxic.
Some people
are toxic, and no matter how good you are, that doesn't
they love
change
the drama.
The fact that they're still toxic.
And here's the thing: is that it's not even that it's toxic. It can be hormonal imbalances. They can be good-natured, fantastic women most of the time, but maybe they just don't have a good way of handling their emotions when they come up out of nowhere. And you, as a dude, you sit over here scratching your head like, we were just having a good time a second ago, but you dreamt something and all of a sudden it's an issue. Or you smelled something and all of a sudden it reminded you of something that happened 1.5 years ago. That's an issue. Or you think that I'm looking in my phone in a way to hide it from you, therefore you blow up, right? Like, it's not it's just emotions. It's emotions. But women that are incapable of controlling their emotions do not bring peace.
Yep.
For her not to know that is ridiculous.
When I think of peace, I think of, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I haven't called, like I called you, you didn't answer the phone all day. And I couldn't be able to get in contact with you all day. At 9 o'clock comes, you're not going to have peace. Because I'm like, where the hell was you all day? Is that a justifiable, non-peaceful moment? Or in that case, would you say, no, I still deserve peace?
No, I would say my bad. I was trying to line up something for Invest Fest. I'll do better next time.
Rashad, why you laugh?
Why you say it like that? Like, no, I still deserve peace.
No,
well, everybody, hold on, let me say this. Let me say this. What you choose to put up with is up to you. That doesn't mean that you should disrupt somebody's peace. I think I should have peace no matter what I do.
No matter what happens.
No matter what happens. If I don't call you for 6 weeks, I think I still deserve peace. You deserve
it's crazy.
You deserve to be happy. No. But what I'm saying is, hear me out. Now that's up to you to have boundaries as far as what you will accept and what you won't accept.
Yeah.
So if the behavior is unacceptable to you, then you can make a decision to no longer be in the situation. I always look at it like I'm not being with somebody that I got to argue with. Because if I got to argue with you, then there's issues, right?
Yeah.
We don't need to argue. If we have to argue, we don't need to be together.
Yeah.
Facts.
Okay.
It's really
very rational.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because if you say, hey, I know you're busy. I'm busy too. I care for you. It's 9 o'clock. I would love to hear from you if you have a break. Only take a minute. I can handle that. But the attitude of why the fuck you ain't called? No. Gotta go.
Okay.
First violation, just wrap this shit up.
Now, it's just so interesting the way that they can just rationally explain this. And again, somebody who's done 15,000 calls in her mid-40s doesn't understand the basic construct of what guys have been talking about when it comes to enabling peace. Now, what's beyond interesting in this conversation of unrealistic expectations, Kevin and Kendra had this conversation, specifically talking about women who do not recognize it until it's later off in life or damn near too late.
Because, I mean, listen, I hear you, but I don't. There's plenty of women that I know that have had babies in their 40s, that have gotten married in their 40s. It can happen. So,
I'm talking black women?
Yes, I'm talking black women.
1 in 4 black women were married. 1 in 4 black women were married in their lifetime. So you telling me about the aged black women who marry after 40 and have babies? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. That is, unfortunately, and here's the thing. If you're waiting till your 40s to marry and have babies, you did something wrong in your 20s and 30s.
I mean, well, I will say this. I focus on my career, which I know you feel could be something wrong. I have no regrets. I don't feel like there's anything wrong. Let me go ahead and turn. Let me tell you, turn you people in the comment section up. I don't care what y'all think. I mean, honestly, I don't judge by what women want. If you want to focus on your career, do that. But see, one thing that women have not been told in this country is there's a cost to all of it. You can't have it all. Men can't have it all. There are trade-offs and choices. If you chose to focus on your career, I am all for that. Do it. But it comes at a cost of your prime childbearing years. I don't make human beings the way they are. So this is the choice women have to make.
Yep.
I wholeheartedly agree. And I was engaged into my college sweetheart. I went to Hampton and I chose to focus on my career instead of becoming a wife.
Chose trade-offs, choices, consequences.
I have no regrets.
Okay.
No regrets.
And just as I hear what you're saying with statistics, one of my best friends just got married last year. She's pregnant, due any day now, and she's 41, and she's a black woman. So all I'm saying is, yes, you're right. Maybe the statistics aren't there, but in my reality, in my worlds, I know women that...
Anecdotal evidence doesn't change the fact.
Huh?
Anecdotal evidence doesn't change the fact. You know people like
that
you. That does not change the reality.
Well, okay. I'm not taking away from that.
What I'm saying is, ma'am,
I'm just saying that.
Listen to what we're doing in the black community. Take it away from you. Take it away from your friends. We're actually having a conversation about women having babies in their 40s. That's how warped we've become in the black community, because we cannot get it together in our prime mating and marrying years. because so many of our women value these so-called careers. Now, I don't doubt that you have a career, but I got to let you know how many women I've talked to over the countless years who call their job a career. Most people have a job. Most people have jobs. Most people don't have careers. And it seems to be, why can Becky, Marisol, Mylene, and Anu all go out and have jobs and careers just like black women have jobs and careers and still be able to spin that plate and find a husband? Why can every other race of women seem to be able to do that, but black women are doing it at a 1 out of 4 ratio, and the next closest women are white women who are married twice as much as you are? And that's married to anybody. You're not marrying anybody.
Can I respond to that? I hear what you're saying. But I also think that if women are realistic and they are open to dating and maybe not always focusing on the money and maybe to give up some things on their list, it is possible. I know you said yourself, your mother got married at 50. There's people that do still find love in their 40s. And I just think that I don't want women to feel hopeless.
And her 3 sisters died alone.
Huh?
And her 3 sisters on the way to dying alone. You can be right all you want to. Men control access to marriage. And one of the major reasons that older women are getting passed over for younger women is you're too masculine. You're too bossy. You're too opinionated. That works well in the corporate world when you're making other people successful and rich and fine, but it does not work well when you're trying to connect with a man. Why is it over for many women your age? 1, because your income has risen. And females have evolved. Evolutionary biology says women want men to have at least what they have. The older you get, the more money you make, the more education you have, the more resources you get, thereby inflating your estimation of yourself. Mm-hmm. But that estimation is not your sexual marketplace value. Yep. It is going down.
Can I respond? I want to be respectful because it's your
platform. Go ahead. But do you understand that example I just gave? The inverse proportional relationship.
I understand, but can I speak now? Because I'm being respectful. This is your platform, so I definitely want to honor your rules. I just got out of a relationship in January, and I could be married right now if that was my goal. But I would rather be happy than just married to say I have a husband. And I don't think that should be looked down upon. I don't think that's my honest truth. You could, feel away, but that's an honest truth. I was in a relationship that he wanted me to.
How long were you in it?
We were together since last year, 8 months. Okay. And he was ready to be married very soon, very early on. And I don't want to be married just to be married. And I'm not going to live with fear and say, oh, okay.
So do you want to be married?
Huh?
You want to be married?
Excuse me?
Do you want to be married?
I want to be happily married. If I get married, it's going to be because...
Do you want to be married?
Oh, did he want to be married? Yes.
Do you want to be married?
I would be married to if it makes sense. I'm not going to be married just to be married. And I don't feel like that.
All right. So again, I've asked you, do you want to be happily married? And are you going to be married? I want to be happily married. Ma'am, I'm going to be honest. I don't care about your happiness. I don't care about your love. Marriage is a practical choice. And you can make all these things you want, man. And yes, you're 41, but you're going to be 50, just like that.
I know, I will be.
So the question becomes, if you want to be married, I mean, let's be real. You're freezing your eggs for a reason. Why?
I did. Because I didn't want the pressure to just go out and get pregnant because of my age and my clock. Men have that.
Who's going to carry the baby?
I mean, if I can't carry the baby, then I'll get a surrogate. I mean, it happens.
So again, but in order for all that to happen, you have to have a man that you deem worthy propose to you.
Okay, and that's and
hold on.
Okay.
That man, if he could meet your high standard, he could meet a lot of other women's standard as well. And here's the problem: there are hundreds of you, thousands of you. Why should he pick you over the one that can carry her own babies at 24 or 25 or 26? Who are willing to get on his program, who don't have as many expectations as a woman your age.
Well, listen, this is what I would say. If he feels the way that you're feeling, then he's not the man for me, and I have no problem with that.
That's almost that passive aggressive sign language.
Can I ask you a question? Do you want me to feel
That passive aggressive sign language, that whole if he's not the man for you, that's I don't play that Tyler Perry Christian crap. That's not it. I don't do that over here. You can do that over there, but I don't do that over here.
Okay, Kevin, I'm being respectful. I really am. Two things can be true though. So Rashad, I agree with that, right? If you have to have boundaries and if the actions are not aligning to what you want to accept, back away. But when it comes to the peace part, what if the conversation is about to not cause peace? Like you gave an example of 6 weeks. I haven't heard from you in 6 weeks. Like, what's up with that? Some men will say just you asking that conversation is taken away from peace. Because why would you even bring up you haven't talked to me in 6 weeks? And that's the part I can't get with. Like, because you can ask the question that then causes the argument. So she shouldn't even ask the question that is not right. Like, okay, I haven't heard from you.
No, you shouldn't ask. You know why you haven't heard from me? Because we're on a 6-week basis. If I'm just saying, I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about me. I'm just saying hypothetical. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying in general. I'm just speaking in general, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so if this is like not your girl.
Well, there's a thing called the relation. There's a marriage. There's an engagement. There's a relationship.
Then you got the work.
There's dating, and then there's a casual vibe. There's a casual vibe. Yeah. Too many casual vibes think they're
want the wifey treatment. Yes,
you're not in a relationship. You're a casual vibe, and you signed up to be the casual vibe. So you got to hold some responsibility here.
Oh my God. Okay,
talk about it.
Okay, first of all, I'm happy we got clarity because I knew that's what you meant when you said peace. Because all men say this, and really, what peace means, don't bring up a conversation that will take away from peace. So as Rashad said, even though I haven't called you in 6 weeks, you should know in your mental why I haven't called you in 6 weeks. So when I talk to you 6 weeks later, you shouldn't ask the question, where have you been in 6 weeks? You should decide whether A, to answer the phone or not answer the phone.
You know what's so crazy is that when you look at the value of conversations that is being had today versus the value of conversation that was happening when Kevin had the opportunity to speak, if it's a 6-week conversation, then obviously you're just for butt. Obviously, I'm not taking you that seriously, but this is the mountain and the hill that we're going to die on. By the way, Kendra went up to the platform to get her face in front of Kevin. Actually, she did not like Kevin whatsoever, even though now she has extracted some of his talking points. And here is proof of that. So Kevin wrote with a stock image. She's 45, has 5 kids, and wants a man that's 6'5". And let's also add that she wants a 6th child and a man with no baby mama drama. On the upside, she's not requiring marriage to a high-value man. You cannot make this stuff up, right? Hashtag, hey, big head. Now, Kevin was responding to something that was on Kendra G's platform, but he used a stock photo here. But I guess maybe she was mad that he didn't tag her, whatever. And then she writes down in the replies, someone tagged me in this. You clearly got this from my show. First, thanks for being a fan. Second, I am sure there are plenty of women that call into your show that you can post about. There is no need to have a discussion on your page about someone that called into my show, not yours. And to further note, my show was also created before yours. Have a good day, sir. The cheekiness, the passive aggressive is not form fits for someone who is trying to give you advice to help you within your life. Then she follows up, okay, so now this man is taking content from my show to have discussions about on his platform first. Thanks for being a fan, but I thought you were a bigger star. This is so crazy. I mean, you have more followers, right? Tell me you butthurt without being butthurt, baby girl. Then why are you using my content? She doesn't know what fair use is. Don't you have enough women calling into your show to have discussions about? Don't you also tell people to not share your content? And of all these videos on my page, you choose the one to have a discussion about. Why did you choose any other videos of the men? Cope. You can read the rest there. I refuse to. If you wanted a shout out, why don't you just ask them for it? But you are a media professional, as it says down here, right? Go figure. From here on out, I'm going to officially revoke my use of the Kendra Samuels moniker, for I don't think that it does it much justice, especially if you look at her appearance up on the Tamron Hall show and you begin to understand oh, it's just a farce. To all the MTRs out there, be sure that you study this content in order to pick up the correct personality traits that would make a man want to retain you. And for damn sure, don't hold on to these unrealistic standards that have become normalized in the culture. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre Tourism Reviews at gmail.com. Guys, think about the content here today. Write it down for me down in the comment box down below. Let's have a conversation about it. Last but not least, join my men's self-development community. Link to it down below. Click in, beam up, and I will see you guys soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace. And RIP to Kevin. Let's go.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up by a high value man.